Nolan, I want to apologize for the events concerning Carter, as I am deeply sorry.
Sarah, that is beside the point.
Nolan, how rude. I am taking Carter with me as I to take him to my parents' house. I better reconsider, as they do not want Carter there. This is for you.
Sarah, read my words. Adopt Carter to Cousin Gavin.
All right, however I won't tell him about regarding your dangerous plans to him. This is for you.
Whoa. I do hear what the duos said as I learn. Female named Sarah and male named Nolan, as I Daniel Raid Zutter learn.
Sarah, you said I to adopt Carter?
Yes, Gavin, as I don't want to be with Nolan anyhow, I don't want to talk about him. You are responsible for taking care of Carter.
All right, Sarah.
Yo, lady. You should note you are wanted on subject involving destruction of property in relation to destruction of BMW and deliberate vehicle fire via arson back on September 24, 2025. I have to restrain you until the police arrive as you to end up in jail for destruction of the and arson.
Who are you?
Andrew Conistar.
I am Gavin, 25 and residing in Savage City. What has Sarah done back on Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 and Nilotas Iota 24th, EY 1025, ED 266? I do recall the fire sirens and distant car alarm on said day at 9:20 am, 55.5 EMT, 1333 TRX.
Sarah has smashed Nolan's Evo and set it on fire. Thank God Mark Blake and I plus Daniel Reitzer and the crew noted it and called the authorities, even the fire department.
Yes, this is I should have reconsidered but need to swiftly punish Nolan over Carter's acts, but I should have used other method as I now know being destruction of property and arson in which is unlawful as I to end up in jail.
Yes, as for you Sarah, you shouldn't done it in the first place, as you must be ashamed of yourself over acts after 9:20 am on September 24th, 2025 as we would have to celebrate the new Neotrocan but that gets axed over the incident.
Yes, Gavin, however just curious, you have your daughter Kate, what are you going to do with her? Would Kate and Carter cause troubles led by Carter?
To prevent the conflict with the duos, Kate in which she is kind to me, and behaves like a lady, to be taken care with the R3 Trex kids at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ for the time being while I to deal with Carter to become smart as Kate as Carter needs to learn to behave properly.
Yes, as I Kate to learn. This as I can't wait to see Hydrox as I met with Hydrox in his macro car at Lido Plaza Center then RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ in Elite City to the east just yesterday during the RDKDSR Halloween Gala at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, as I Gavin note we have to cut short and depart to Savage City once clock strikes 2 due to fireworks for Happy New Month Kb.P Solar and Duodecimal and Kb.P Duodecimal half year. As Savage City bans the celebrations for the event even for Happy New Month KanborZeven is with Axidal to the north.
Correct, as I dare in 48 learn, zero tolerance, banned in Savage City and Axidal even for the new Kanbor year Kb.P 21 on New Year's Eve but allow for the new Elite year and of course the new year 2026 and EY 1026 is for the new Muni year, and Kb.P year. That is banned but for the Japanese New Year for Ry.E, restricted for Japantown district only. Persons who done it get fined, repeat offenses result in arrest and jail. This is for other forms of celebrations, dance parties and celebrations are allowed but inside, and parades only allowed outside as for the other one that is allowed, Santa Claus parade in relation to Christmas, since Halloween is over. We must gear for the festive season as its start of November 2025 and Lambda EY 1025 as the haunt purge was initially feared in Divitopolis formerly as Rodifico did not occur as it was a bust, even Divitopolis to get into the festive mood even Elite City. I mark X Cryptor Wonder, this as it's a first, being first female fellow of the R3 Trex Kids. This as she must have not heard of the subject this morning as the rest of the R3 Trex Kids was awoken to the RDK TSR code R Reveille alarm going into yellow alert on the news flash of Mr. Beast reaching 450 million subscribers, a new internet milestone. In which I had to calm them and wear ear protectors for them and put them back to bed until their alarm clock rang at 0800 hours, but I had to reset to 0900 hours as they couldn't hear the alarm clock with ear protectors, as I had to use other method to wake them up, including bed shaking via device connected to alarm clock once I enable it after resetting the alarm, and dimming up the lights manually once I head back to the squad room at 0859 and head to the light switch and control the dimmer once the alarm clock rings.
Yes, this is I Trexie heard my pager and the bugle reveille, thus I was going for an outing in which gets postponed to next week due to it. I do note regarding the alarm clock, being an analog one with the digital one in the bottom, but why show the 12-hour clock rather than the 24-hour?
They usually read 12-hour clock, as they and I also read analog. Switching the display to 24-hour, EMT, TRX and the current date can be toggled, and back to 12-hour clock. By the way, this is the same clock I have, dual face clock, as the rear of the clock shows tronic method in which gets faced to the wall. Good thing physical sports are back on track tonight as with esports. This as the Tx.Y teams are ejected and permanently banned from Ry.E Olympics. As Team R3T are prohibited to compete or host gaming events until after the new year, as the scene gets cleaned up, as the Elitopian and Tronican stock markets and such rebounded after plunging on the news of the incident on 18th. As even Hugh Exitex Union was under financial struggle as millions there were laid off, but due to strong economic rebound, ordered back to work with exceedon of one facility in which workers lost their jobs for good. The company was bankrupt and was forced to close, but the workers applied for other jobs. The macro car need to be rebuilt, as the Tx.Y clans are now on the RDK TSR clan blacklist, as those who support or are affiliated with the clan gets permanently banned from all RDK 3000 TriStar S-Libment, for life, forever, indefinite prohibition to entry. Also for Elito Plaza Center, even Queen Omega made the stance against the clan, as it also gets added to groups sanctioned by what Elito wizards say, the Kingdom. In which being similar move to Webchester Communist Party by the Webchesterian government group blacklist, in which the clan also gets blacklisted by the Tronic Diamond Union and KanborZeven Federation Kingdom and other regions, as not only they are permabanned from RDK 3000 TriStar. They also get arrested and to serve up to life imprisonment, or in certain areas outside TDU and KanborZeven, death penalty. This over event on 18th on riots after services get restored after loud blitz outage in power and communications outage in what used to be Dixie Federation. Now a wasteland over a G4 solar storm. A week prior even protesters went to Elite City to kill the former president and the ousted finance minister, with bomb that killed them. Blasted the doors off RDK TSR HQ and destroying the VWGT backup set. And the Jinx news set damaged, in which new set gets introduced as it gets moved, and shattered windows in which yielded RDK TSR red alert, even upgrade to black alert. Even the macro car was in harm's way. But the squad ejected safely as they're safe, but Kate and I plus Hydrox had to track down the macro car, ends up destroyed at Neo Arena as the esports arena underwent emergency renovation. This is on overnight toward 19th. Embassy of Dixie Federation gets blown up by individual, resulting in casualties as he gets fed up on events. This is rioters and protesters with bombs blow up the capital of Dixie and as with the country resulting in destruction.
Yes, as I Mark B. Cryptor, Mark Blake, Kirby do note. This resulted in alarm to go off as the plant was knocked down and the strobes I implement went flashing. Thank God the plant remained intact. This as I put up the sign indicating not for decoration including for Christmas tree to deter accidental alarm active action. As the strobes may disorient and blind the squad in diapers. R3 Trex kids. Including newcomer Kate if they contribute to decoration this as I recall back for 2023. EY 1023 when they decorate Christmas then New Year's for 2024. EY 1024 with balloons. With 2 that is not balance but thundersticks for the esports team Elite City Cryptors for the National Esports Grand Final.
Yes, on December 28, 2023 in which then became Elite City Galaxy in the ELG Game Jam Esports Mania Trex 2023, EY 1023 Grand Finals taking on against Elito College DG Wizards, as ECR win 5-4. This is CloudX wins the TDU counterpart comes the special match on New Year's Eve in which CX competes against ECR now as ECG, ends in Cryptors win 4-3 at stroke of new Elite Year EY 1024, this is I Shaker was competing in it in which I later retire, as I work for EXS. Then at RDK 3000 TriStar. This is I Mickey D. Cryptor, Mickey Daniels, Shaker note for you cousins Michael Daniels, and Richard Daniels, reminder, Christmas shopping for me, Mickey, Shaker, I to send you the list for the things I to want for Christmas, some to go for my car, the Shaker Mobile. Do check your devices after 1300 hours, 1 o'clock, p.m., 75.0 EMT, 1800 TRX, as I to send you list for Scott Daniels who's part of R3 Trex Kids, as Slacker, Max SD Cryptor, as with Danielle and Dennis to send the list to your devices as well.
Alright, Shaker, as we to be eating out at Chicken Hut.
Good move. This as I note you are following the developments in relation to Allverse Esports, Valorant Game Changers Championship 2025 and the Overwatch Championship Series 2025 World Finals. Keep us updated on the matches.
Okay, Richard Daniels. What? Valorant Game Changers Championship 2025? I Mark X Cryptor must note one team party picketing, Shop Rebellion Gold, this is the team in this verse in KanborZeven Esports must be following it very closely, KanborD City Rebellion is kin 2000, Robert X Cryptor of RDK can told me in messaging not long ago. They to host watch parties if they advance to the latter half of the bracket, either upper or lower.
Traxrex, I note you drive this hatch anyhow. I wonder what's under the hood of this car.
Okay.
No wonder your car is electric, as I do expect an engine being either gas, hybrid, or PHEV, but I do note an e-trunk with charging cable on the front. This car you are driving are not to be racing over at adrenaline speeders in facility between Savage City and Axidol, New Omega Rock, Elitopia to the west, since hybrids, electrics, and FCHV are disallowed there however at the other area for another group. At the towed drift area between Elite City and Savage City, the car is allowed for racing. What is the battery stats?
256 kilowatt hours, 800 volts, but other than lithium-ion, being solid state.
No wonder as I glanced at the gauges, 1,600 kilometers electric range, 4,000 Kina nitros? Have you drove eco, even when not in eco mode but in comfort mode? I also note, you just topped off the charge?
Yes, but in custom mode with steering in normal mode but rest in comfort with exception of regen level in which gets set to auto, in which I manually control when in B mode.
This compared to Scott ESK's car, but a PHEV, plug-in hybrid also my car, as for some reason mine achieved 160 kilometers, 400 Kina nitro EV range. However, the car also have a 2.0-liter twin-turbo supercharged DOHC, VVT, inline-4 gasoline combustion engine with flex fuel as it runs ethanol. An 8-speed DCT transmission alongside powerful electric motors. The battery also have 800 volts.
Yes, as for concerning ethanol blend, E85, this as I can note, that I refueled and topped off the charge on my PHEV plug-in hybrid Sport Hatch, 2026, EY1026 Flex Connex, E-Hybrid RS. X-Cross Blue Turbo as the charge and fuel gauges indicate full as I enabled the engine tachometer while the power meter gets shown on the left. I do note, however I mark Kyojal I must add, this as your friend drives his 2026 Flex Xerox PHEV, as I see the said car when recharging this morning, but RS performance trim with powerful twin-turbocharged i4 and electric motors, but he also drives the classic car from the 1980s? Yes, being the 1986 Flex Xerox RS with 6-speed manual being something rare at that time. I do note, this while I noted your car while I recharged my 2026 Flex 9X, crossover, as it's a PHEV, plug-in hybrid gas electric also comes in electric BEV and fuel cell. Also gas with mild hybrid and full self-charging hybrid options, some bi-fuel, performance trims come in manual as option. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
And VWGT on Arrow and Vera will be right back. Stay with VWGT. We'll be right back after ad break from sponsors. and we welcome back to Virtual World and Gaming today, VWGT on Aero and Vero. I am Robert James.
I am Mark J. Phelps.
I am Melissa Katzenschen.
We are broadcasting live at Elitotronics Telemedia in Elite City, Elitopia. Eep. Triple L Act, thank God for the mute on their end. Some deterrent in place in audio, whoa, ends up foul but some other audible? Mark Zany L's, is it music once again? No, Corey Zanders. This being the loud tones being played as I heard from friend, that is sure annoying, and from brothers I own Zany L's, heard at the EDA in the main foyer, he had to exit the EDA and to head outside, as I note. He checked the alarm panel, it has tripped off the intruder alarm. Jesus Christ. Mark Zany L's. That is some tone deaf. Since you said it tripped off the alarm, Alarm Corp must have received alarm and the cops to be dispatched to the Alito Plaza Center for alarm call over the subject. Good thing we did not hear it as we are at Trex Water Park, however we don't hear the alarm here. Is it silent alarm? Yes, silent alarm. TGM and Uncia frequentials in prime decimal measurement system. Subject occurred at 1:31 p.m. Elite City in 13 seconds at T-L dozinals L do L binals in Canbordian spinelial duodecimal timekeeping in Triple L Act, in TD Elitom Triple B, Canber Modern Triple L, Ry.E, and Dozidopian, Triple Turn 3 or Greek Sigma, Canber Legacy. Triple E being the E screamer ends up foul being the three tones of said frequencies in dozinal and triple system playing for the said duration in TGM's anytims originated from stereo done by person in which gets escorted out of restricted area by staff playing via CD. He has been given a warning. The tones was not aired thanks to audio mute as deterrent as I can learn, but it annoyed a few of the VWGT producers in asking those at Master Control AV if the mute deterrent gets active. I am Mickey Decryptor, Mickey Daniels, Shaker from RDK 3000 TriStar. I also must add, this also was not shown on RDK TV thanks to mute, however code MCHE ends up foul being the tones. Heard on the PA, alarm is a false alarm as the audible has been stopped at the EDA, however Zion to head to his car as he to head to NOS since the newest car gadgets has been released, as I heard, some for your CRZ mobile. Yes, Mark Zany L's, and for my CRZ Beast, as I went there this morning with my bro Jared Zanders, even the new aftermarket radio. Yes, this being one of the retro-inspired, Zony-ear, ZTX100 RE, as I know one of the fellows, hockey fan of the Elitos, he drives his 1985 Fleck triple deck code T, thank God for deterrent, Corey Zanders, grab out your phone and toggle command to stop DVR recording VWGT immediately. DVR is in use for another program from Elito Speed on the Rally Championship Finals from Xenopolia, the XRC 2025, EY 1025, XEY 2003 in the final day. Good. This is I have just stopped DVR remotely at the Zany L's residence as I armed another DVR event on the Rally event on another channel as it's in progress. I learn, RDK TV and RDK ESP Net 3, just terminated the Xylem cast of VWGT, as with Jinx TV, Trex Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3, just now on Triangle Television, and same goes for KBGRESPX and Trony Explosi Vision, also the 4 networks from Ni and Dojitopia as well. Mark Zany L's, I heard Scott Elito Starkov venting in Japanese. Elito Kawaii TV also ended its Xylem cast as Stefan Elito Stan exclaiming in Spanish. He said that Elito Latino TV also did the same. They say, request from Jinx Media. Understood, however noted TV, topless female caught by the cops on the spot, she's arrested. Welcome back to VWGT. I am Richard Canborz, from Elito GRNet once again. Thank God the topless female is arrested by the cops as she gets moved off Kim and to be escorted out. This accord on triple deck on Canber Spinel doesn't countdown to HNM CanborD, but we must go back on topic. This is since overnight, Rio City Rebellion and Elite City Galaxy have the teams swapped was made as it became as Elite City Rebellion and Rio City Galaxy, once again in the 2.0, as per agreement. As Rio City Galaxy gets renamed to Trollex Rio based on alternate name of the upcoming Canber calendar month, Trollection while in main being Spragan of KB.P 20 corresponding to December 2025 and New EY 1025 and TDE 2002. Esports team colors, jerseys, and elements of Elite City Rebellion is same as with KanborZeven City Rebellion, except the logo in which differs. This is TRR made stop to Elite City today. We have since learned, in a stunning announcement, as they to host the event, as we have an esports alert to pass to you. As the name of the event is ZGR/Z Fuel Esports Gamer Battle Trollex Siege 2025, EY 1025, TDE 2002, and TS 1001.0, KB.P 20, as Elite City Rebellion has just challenged the opponent in esports match gamer battle, best of 7, Counter Blitz Striker 2, first to 18 rounds per map. Originally first to 13 rounds. To compete against VITAOElitis.pro, to occur at 2 o'clock p.m., 1400 hours, Elite City time, to be held at the EDA. For KanborZeven viewers on KB, GR, ESP, X, alternate name being Elito Vitality Protus, at midnight KBTS first Spragan KB.P 20. For Tronican viewers on Troni Explosi Vision, 791 Kiotrokans, 755, or 74.7 SGT. Watch party is confirmed at Neo Arena, and at Elitosphere, also at Troni Arena in Altronic City citing Tronic News Net, DG Ion and Neo Arena and Ionto Polis and Aero DG Arena and Aerostar citing NX24, Zeno DG Arena and Xenopolis City, Xenopolia citing Zeno24, and Neo Doge Arena and Doge City and DGenian in Neon City and Neon Doge Utopia citing RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline Ref its sister network R8664 Vision News Hound. We have to pass you an important and urgent programming notice, for those on Vero Plus and Aero Breeze. Sadly, VWGT Extra needs to conclude, this is Aero Breeze and Vero Plus to prioritize on the esports match gamer battle in question, to repeat, for those on Vero Plus and Aero Breeze. VWGT Extra needs to conclude, this is Aero Breeze and Vero Plus to prioritize on the esports match gamer battle in question via Elito GR Net Game Day Live today, as due to the stats and record of the esports teams, to be heated and contested. VWG2 and Extra on Vero Plus and Aero Breeze to be preempted. I am Rick Trexar from Elito Trollex Radio 100, that was song, The Great Strategy, theme of Roblox from 2005, EY 1005, from 20 years ago, as I was just transferred from 95.1 The Rock, EL, ROCK, FM. As we want to welcome to the viewers and listeners from Vero Television and Aerovision as VWGT is in intermission as the hosts and crew are heading to the EDA due to the eSports VATP and ESR to occur at 3, the show to return shortly, hopefully by 3 o'clock. As we play the Road to the Championship 7 contestant version from Kanbor Square, part of KanborZeven, on Alito Trollex Radio 100.
Two more places blank for now, but the game will show us how. Every question, every clue, who will break through, who will be true. All eyes on the final round, who's the one to wear the crown? Brown, Kick, and Gumbel too. Petty, Dipper, what will they do? On the road, Jimmy High, take control. 1 by 1, every side, 2024, time to ride. On the road, Jimmy High, take control. 1 by 1, every side, 2024, begin to ride.
This is a Vero Television programming notice. VWGT episode termination notice.
Are we on Vero? Okay. Ahem. I am Raymond Blake from Alito GRnet. We have a programming notice to pass to you. VWGT episode needs to conclude as the show will end for the afternoon. This as the hosts has arrived. However, they are being reassigned to cover for Alito GRnet Game Day Live today on the esports match in question. Due to record and stats of Elite City Rebellion and VITAOElitis.pro, to be heated and contested. Tonight's VWG2N episode to be preempted as it's due to in response for airing restricted feed from Alito Plaza Center in which was shown at 1:42 p.m. Elite City time and 18 seconds as the EPC media staff told ETXTM in which forwarded to those at Synerd Media in which ordered the show to halt. Plus the esports match gamer battle of ECR and VATP being red hot as it's popular and trending as of this moment. We have told Arrow and Vero to end the show and reassign the hosts for GDLT for the esports match gamer battle of Elite City Rebellion and VITAOElitis.pro and ZGR. Z Fuel Esports GR Battle Troll X Siege 2025, EY 1025 as we hand off for GDLT in pre-match show joined in progress.
I am Mark B. Crypto. Kirby, Mark Blake from RDK 3000 TriStar. This unless if told by RDK Kb.SP to Arrow, in which if this is the case, then the match to be on Arrow, and RDK 3000 TriStar today would be coming up next at 1400 hours. Toward 1500 hours with feed switch to Trex Vision 8 due to rule for Vero. For Trex 8 News 4 o'clock, then back to RDK TSRT at 1600 hours to Vero News 5 o'clock with RDK Countdown Watch to Happy New Month Cambordian Sprygon Kb.P 20 up next joined in progress as Richard R.S. Cryptor may have additional programming notices. This is a Vero television programming notice.
I Mickey Decryptor, Mickey Daniels, Shaker note yesterday, VWGT was going to feature the Five Nights at Freddy's movie release this at 14h hour. This is RDK 3000 TriStar today also reports on subject at same time. This is while RDK TSRT continues reporting on it. While on VWGT it gets interrupted by Raymond Blake on subject involving Alt-verse esports. This is I check. Kickoff of the 2026 Call of Duty League season kickoff and stage alpha major qualifiers, in week 1 and kickoff match, for some reason. As I am powering up my Shaker Compy, this is some RDK 3000 TriStar staff shut down my Shaker Compy. Power switch was toggled or someone ran into command to power off on terminal or run command to boot into ZOS 26,0, KBSKO 20, or TDOS, B3.0 and shut down from the menu. Or unplugged it then plugged it back in, or shut it off via the power bar. This is the matches in subject. Arabi Falcons and Optic Longhorn, in the match kickoff, as it's the subject of the VWGT cast, resulting in RDK TSRT to be extended 2 hours and Trex Vision 8 Xylem cast RDK TSRT at 1500 hours RDK ELC yesterday after Trex 8 news. The VWGT cast continues towards 1600 hours in which becomes Ilito GRNet Xylem cast as the VWGT episode gets to conclude. This as the next fixtures, Breach and the Royal Ravens since 1630, as for the third match, Veg Face and Star Tives, that is banned for broadcast and streaming. And watch parties banned due to Mickey's law since it includes the esports team name Thieves. However, this as RDK TV was Xylem casting Trex Vision 8 for Trex 8 Christmas regarding classic animated cartoons from Warner Brothers Looney Tunes, after the conclusion of Breach and Royal Ravens. Comes Xylem cast of RDK TV Xylem cast Trex 8 Vision 8, as I review. Optics win 3-0, Breach win 3-1 as the LAT wins 3-0. The movie release of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 gets conducted this weekend, as due to the CDL 26 esports in opening day. The report on the movie gets made on VWGT earlier in the afternoon as they continue it tonight, but RDK TV and Trex Vision 8 won't air the subject as I check my Shaker clock and note the Gun Splix clock opposite to Ilito Splix clock as I note the hand, day 32 and month 8. Splix week 32 meaning eve of the Splix half year as my Shaker Compy is ready. This as I must confirm, being day 40, month 10, in Octalon and Novide. This is for reason why the Star Thieves and Veg Phase match in Alt-verse esports was not broadcast. It gets prohibited to air and showcase in KBE 224, as per Mickey's law. To deter support to pedo acts that started in what used to be beside Trex GR Corner, in what used to be Trex City, Trex Land now is Elite City's Trex District. As it's now an internet cafe, back on Thursday, May 9th. 2024 and Priad is Epsilon 8th, EY 1024, ED 129, at 1400 hours, 75.0 EMT, 1900 TRX when Ry.E, Rackin' in diapers, was snatched by two fellows who was going to cause pedo and harm by two of the esports team from ELG Game Jam that gets shut down. Grove and Ossitec Thieves in which Trexer rescues Rocky while Robert TB Cryptor and Mark Neostar with their dogs Trixie and Lucky confronts the fools as the persons responsible and the firm gets karma.
Yes, Shaker, this says I Ry.E am grateful that a little GRNet last night refused to air the said match, as they covered the sim racing match from Blitz Rev in Encore.
Ry.E, Hydrox, Casper, Kate, Scott Daniels, Squad, how'd you came to my office? Take note there are critical items that you shouldn't touch including my Shaker Compy and my Shaker clock.
I Kate must wonder, this as for you Mickey Decryptor, Mickey Daniels, this as Scott told me, in which year Bromax S Decryptor told Scott, of the Christmas music playing on RDK 3000 TriStar radio service too, in which features not those of classic but those in electronic and dance, and some those in rock genre?
Yes, this mastered since 1400 hours, 2 o'clock p.m. this afternoon by those of RDK 3000 TriStar KanborD unit division being midnight in KanborD City, done by Robert X Cryptor then handoff since 3 o'clock this afternoon to RDK 3000 TriStar Tronic unit division center HQ in Altronic City, Tronica. As it gets handoff to my bro Slacker, Max SD Cryptor at 6 o'clock this evening being DJ as we call him, DJ Slacker.
Yes, however this is you have the radio tuned to the radio station and subject, but why is it muted?
Scott, this because of my colleague here Robert TB Crypter monitoring subject. He have his radio tuned to a Lito News radio, as TV is tuned to RDK 3000 TriStar television service regarding the small television with pick and pick tuned to Vero, as he is listening to stream of Vero TV in audio only stream. This as he is in messaging with Trexer and his crew.
Yes, Shaker as I Robert TB Cripper, Robert Trek Splits, Kong, must note, subject regarding Splix half year tonight at 1900 hours. This is for the squad, at 7 o'clock p.m. as you may not understand the 24-hour clock system as it to occur at 7 this evening and top of Crown Zero.
7 o'clock. Sadly must note the current time, as I do note the center dial of Mickey's clock, as I to read analog, as I note the bold white hands, minute hand at the 4-hour hand past the 6, being 20 past 6 in the evening, 10 to half past 6, so being 40 minutes remaining to the event at 7 o'clock. I Snowy must note the date below, this being the one with the numbers 2025, 12, 06, as Sat means Saturday, 12 indicating 12th month, December as the 6th indicating today being the 6th, being Saturday, December 6th, 2025 as tomorrow being Sunday 7th meaning close to 3 weeks to Christmas.
Yes. This is we have less than 40 minutes to the subject at 7, this is you must have read the date regarding the upper part below the center dial, this is Tiffany Daniels crafted it with me and Dennis D. Crypter, Dennis Daniels regarding the shaker clock, this is an electronic motor driven clock. Running on battery that is rechargeable with pulleys and gears. Mark Zaniels, why do we have to detour and head back to your house? Corey Zanders, change of plans, due to the popularity of the match at 1900 hours and the Splix half year, as we to go for an outing at 1930, as we to head to the theater, as we aren't going to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. As we to head to the drive-in theater for classic animated Christmas movie as we must get things to much on and to drink for the drive-in theater soon. Eep. Hold on, Zion Zaniels told me in messaging, code MCHE foul, Christmas music and not the Minecraft Herobrine game chap E-Screamer at T-L Dozinals L Doz L on the KanborZeven Spinelian duodecimal countdown to esports and Splix half year, T-B.BB, T-E.E. 28 minutes 47 seconds to the event, at 18:31 and 13 however as I said, Christmas music, no E-Screamer. I Corey note. This must be originating from the radio, as someone blasted the Christmas music as I note the news banner on Vero during VWG2N. Correct Corey Zanders but the staff have priority to play the music, this as the music was also heard at RDK Newsline as I also got a hold of Chris Zaniels, Chris Z. Crypter who works for the evening shift but that does not distract Mark E. Crypter, Marky. Mark Illitastar as he goes on topic delivering the news headlines in brief. Yes, Mark Zaniels as I note the news banner, too bad. Synergy Music gets shut down over unauthorized media that gets playing regarding the Call of Duty League 2026 Season Stage 1 Qualifier Week 1 Day 1 Match 3, Veg Phase and Star Thieves as that is violation of Casper's Law and Diapered Furries Protection Act. The channel gets shut down in violation but how they treat the staff like diapered furries, and how the folks treat them in negative way, is bizarre. Yes Farah, this is iRaptor note. The staff was put on diapers and pacifiers by the Force has done stupid to them, as they were put on green diapers with bomb after doing hard fetish, abusive, pedo, pooping, peeing, using, even punching and assaulting. Fist fight them as they were kicked out and they say they are permanently removed from Kesar City and Kesar Republic as they were kicked butt hard as the Force was so great, they get airborne as they crash onto the football stadium in Loverville. Xenopolia causing explosion and death to the staff and scoreboard knocked down and players of Loverville Snakes severely hurt and others hurt in football game 4 fight and the 2025 to 2026 Xenopolian football season postponed to after New Year's. Yes, this as the Splix half-year celebrations in Loverville is cancelled as the incident occurred in past day as the city is a mess following incident as cleanup gets underway. In fact, yesterday evening. Good thing the Christmas music is stopped at Alito GR Bar as it's allowed to continue in other areas as it's a confirmed triple L foul on Christmas music on Alito Troll X Radio. This is for the Triple Deck Act. It was prevented to show thanks to split second move to stop as there was no females as it was almost shown on monitor but the DVD playback was stopped by staff as the DVD was ejected and the DVD disc destroyed as he snapped it to half. As he gets escorted away from restricted area back to Alito GR Bar as the waiter escort him back to the seat due to food being cooked at this present for him as policy state to remain at the Alito GR Bar until after meals get eaten and paid. This is for some reason VWG2N axes the VWG2N feature on the movie Five Nights at Freddy's thanks to the movie ban in Dozadopia due to the jump scare screamer that sets off intruder and false lockdown alarm and mass police response. Even Alito Plaza Center refused to show the movie for today and tonight but involuntarily move. Same goes for the drive-in theater and the Alito Sphere by the discretion of the management. This is earlier this afternoon I heard report. Dozadopian government to request the TDU Council in Altronic City for ban of movie, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 the movie over the jump scare screamer. Even KanborZeven government to ban the movie as with Queen Omega for national ban in Ilitopia. This under request by Dozadopian government. They to respond early next week. This is Idaran 48 note of yesterday's incident at Loverville, Xenopolia. This is the Xenopolian football season is ruined. This is the stadium at Loverville is wrecked, as the team may end up relocated in franchise move. However, no wonder the matches gets postponed to after New Year's. This is the EFL remains a go with Sunday night football tomorrow as that is armed on my DVR and to be Silum cast on Zeno Sports via Alito Sportnet. This is I am checking into VWG2N on Vero. VWG2N hosts en route to the EDA and Mark E. Cryptor taking over for now. Possibly until after the next ad break. This is we must remind that the VWG2N hosts are en route to the Alito DG Arena, as they have since went behind camera as directed by Derek V. Cryptor, Debbie Zion, Derek Venstar as they followed RDK TSR protocols as they head to RDK TSR exit GR as the VWG2N crew are already on site. Going back to the Triple L code MCHE foul. The Christmas music even was played across all of Alito Plaza Center as it originated from local radio Alito Troll X Radio 100.0. This as the volume gets lowered as the music gets allowed to continue by the staff in most areas except Alito Troll X nightclub and Alito Costa due to music interference. The zone for ELHA hockey watch party, Alito GR Bar and EDA due to esports at 1900 hours, E. We have to pass you a programming alert to pass to you. Tonight's episode of VWG2N unfortunately needs to conclude, this as we learn, due to the popularity of VITIOElitis.pro and Elite City Rebellion match, as it gets popular and trending as it's red hot, VWG2N hosts gets to be reassigned to cover the match.
I am Chris K. Cryptor. Jakur, Chris Kaistar joining in. To repeat, tonight's episode of VWG2N unfortunately needs to conclude, this as we learn, due to the popularity of VITIOElitis.pro and Elite City Rebellion match, as it gets popular and trending as it's red hot. VWG2N hosts gets to be reassigned to cover the match as the match to be airing on Arrowvision only. This as the hockey match is also red hot also to occur at 1900 hours RDKELC of Elite City Alitos and Rexer Shields as the hockey match via Hockey Night in Elitopia to be simulcast on Vero Television in English only broadcast with Elitish on separate audio.
The hosts to be back in tomorrow's show. Coming up on Arrow is Game Day Live Tonight in Silum Cast from Alito GRNet. On Vero is Hockey Night in Elitopia and Silum Cast from Alito Sportnet is for RDK TV and Trex Vision 8 is RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime. I am Mark E. Cryptor.
And I am Chris K. Cryptor. Signing off, this has been VWG2N. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I Mark Kyojal. I am ashamed that Xenopolian football matches gets postponed to after the new year of 2026, EY 1026. This is Loverville Snakes is disqualified as the team to be relocated out east to Costa Zeno. But I am grateful the EFL is still on as the Christmas football match is planned after the Thanksgiving football matches breaks audience record in metrics on television and streaming. It was the most watched and live-streamed even outside Ilitopia, including the Tronic Diamond Union, with exception of Xenopolia, in which also held its Thanksgiving Blitz, as it was aired in certain areas of Kanbor world including KanborZeven Federation Kingdom. Even though the broadcast is bilingual English and Elitish, Jinx TV aired the English-only broadcast, in which gets carried to most of the distributors including Vero and Arrow. Plus TD Sportnet. This is for Rinks Force. They get sued 250 million Elios. 1 billion sickles for the Blitz ends up blast at stadium in Loverville. Xenopolia by the league and franchise plus indefinite prohibition from RDK TSR places even main HQ.
You are permanently banned. Forever. For life. No wonder VWG2N episode gets to cut short over news flash on Nippon Land Quake Aftershock.
a magnitude 6.7 half-via trocant after magnitude 7.6 quake with max intensity of 8, severe on the modified Mecharlie intensity scale. Shindo 6 plus in similar area and 7.9 quake in Taxico blamed on Banhammer destroying the stadium and Kalaspying buildings and Felisville a mess. Shindo 7, MMI 10, extreme over there, thank God Tortita City only registered MMI of 5, moderate, and Xenopolis City, Xenopolia, a MMI of 2. Weak as with Costa Zeno and Costa Aero for the Taxico quake, as the seismographs register a MMI of 1, not felt. Shindo 0 in Elite City and Sharkville. Rio City in Loverville but tripped off device that result in explosion in what used to remains of Love Stadium causing stadium to be destroyed but no one hurt sickney it was vacant, as I Mark Zaniels learn. The 2025 Taxico soccer season is cancelled over safety concerns as several venues in nearby cities are unsafe, previously to be postponed to after Christmas, as the events on 8th result in PWN days ending this morning. As all of the remaining matches for Synergy Olympics for regular season gets condensed to best of 1, formerly best of 3, as due to nature of incident, Taxico esports teams and league has withdrawn from next year's event, 2026, EY 1026. Hiroki Alito Startup must note that TRDA has made a stunning decision after the Nippon landquake on 8th Kalaspyed the facilities housing the factories to assemble cars for Megami Motors, they move it out of Nippon land to Kipnianershan as the headquarters to be moved to Mudcup City. As it to become Mudcup Motors under TRDA Motor Corporation however it to serve the community in Nippon land. Yes, as Ichigo Alito Startup also learn, those in the hardest hit will be only exclusion. Correct. Hiroki and Ichigo as I Scott Alito Startup learn, Mudcup Motors to be expanding towards some parts of the Kanbor world competing against Kanbor Motors in the next year, 2026, EY 1026, KB.P 21, Ry.E. Yes, Kenka as I Trax Rex learn, also to be expanding to certain markets within TDU, including Elitopia and certain markets including Elite City Metro. Yes, Rex Trax Zion as I Stefan learn, it to compete against TRDA and Flex Motors plus Webchesterian-based car company and certain others. Which one in Webchester? Based in Webchesterfield, Weber Motor Corporation, WMC, as the company gets revived as they serve the cars to Webchester and Hanatalia back in the 1920s prior to the Great Depression then rebounding after World War II, only to decline toward the millennium. Revived in 2024 for the 100th anniversary to debut new electric cars and plug-in hybrids and expands to global markets within this year including the TDU. Oh yes and nearby Dozadopia in which sales are strong there, plus Tronica and Diamondia as the cars being electrics and PHEV also fuel cell cars in which is automatic pass for inspection but not as much as TRDA dominating the sales for TDU1. Yes as I Stefan Elitist got my hands on the new 2026 WMC Pi, PHEV plug-in hybrid as it also comes in electric. Oh my god. I Trax Rex wonder on performance stats. 1.6 liter inline 4 turbo, 2 electric motors, producing over 400 PS, the engine producing about 180 PS, with ECVT and 6-speed auto, being a complex series parallel hybrid system, as it's not front-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive, mechanical AWD, not EAWD, electric range of 120 kilometers. Overall up to 1000, can max over 140 kN per choi, 240 kilometers per hour, thanks to speed limiter however size is similar to Ichigo's imported car but the engine is less powerful than Ichigo's JDM import car but with the motors, matches the power of engine of Ichigo's car but a tad more torque. I Kenka wonder, full-time all-wheel drive? Partial, sometimes in certain settings, operate in front-wheel drive or in blitz mode, rear-wheel drive as it's set to auto by default. What happened to your other car, 2000 Honda Civic Type R?
Sold it to friend, as I got new car, being the Rapid Fire.
From which?
TRDA, 2026 model year.
Electric? Scratch that, I know it have tailpipe as it have an engine. Hybrid? Gas? Mild hybrid? I see 2 ports on the rear, is it PHEV, plug-in hybrid or bi-fuel gas and hydrogen or CNG?
Bi-fuel, as it have a flex fuel engine, gasoline/ethanol and CNG.
Manual?
Yes, 6-speed but IMT, clutchless manual with sequential mode.
But why 3 pedals? Clutchless usually have 2.
It have option to use the clutch for more traditional feel.
I do note, it have a vehicle infotainment.
Remember to buckle up as I am starting the car.
Yes, this is I to get my pocket mate and to put in TV mode, as it's left to Doge TV 5, as I switch to Type A to Type C, as it's nearing midday as the match to occur but I to watch. In fact, listen to RDK 3000 TriStar Today Lunch Bites on RDK TV via Elite City feed.
Go put your pocket mate away. I have set up mine, in car mode, tuned to subject and audio only, playing via car speakers. This is we must listen to the midday news while we go to Ziner G Burgers to the drive-thru for lunch.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar Today Lunch Bites. I am Smith DSR Cryptor, Shark, Smith DS Raidzutter, broadcasting live from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline Studio Ry.E at the RDK 3000 TriStar main global headquarters in Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia. The latest at midday. I am the new host for RDK TSRT as Mark E. Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor has been reassigned starting today for RDK TSR Newsday. We begin with developing news as we begin with a developing story from Silver City, Kb.P, as there has been a shooting attempt, almost a copycat of event in Aussie land in Altverse, by the way, according to sister network R8664 Vision, citing sources including CNN, BBC, and NHK. About a dozen dead at Bondi Beach including shooter, others hurt including other shooter, as the one in Silver City ends up would be shooter road killed by speeding car while carrying out a gun as according to one eyewitness, driver shouted, "Anti-Semitism is zero tolerance." The car was going in excess of 160 km/h, close to 100 km/h per choy, as that result in a police chase by Silver City police as this turned into a legal street race when a JDM car being a 1999 Toyota Supra, in which joined in as he challenged driver of Flex Conix RS. Going in excess of over 320 km/h or 200 km/h per choy, toward 1000 CIO/m per trophy. On the Expressway 5 southbound led to intense chase by Kb.P and Highway Patrol came to a bizarre end when one made a pit maneuver and another went off the bridge crashing into boxcar of moving freight train in which made emergency stop without derailment. Before we continue, we have since learned that the sports match in Altverse, Star Ladder BDP Majors 2025 Grand Final of Vitality and FaZe Clan in progress since 12:02 RDK ELC in 21. To repeat, esports match in Altverse, Star Ladder BDP Majors 2025 Grand Final of Vitality and FaZe Clan in progress since 12:02 RDK ELC in 21. This in Counter-Strike 2 in Best of 5. Watch party in progress at the EDA behind Studio RDE, also at Neo Arena. Watch party of subject cancelled as per public safety concern in Silver City, as we join with RDK Newsline correspondent live from Silver City, K.B.P to begin the coverage. I wonder why RDK TV and Tx.Y Vision 8 plus Breeze Vision 3 never returns to VWGT Xylem Cast.
VWGT Cast of Altisports, Phase and Vitality. RDK TV, TXV8 and BZV3 does not allow the esports on the main channels, as RDK ESP Net airs the said match. RDK TV main Xylemcasts RDK TV Corgitopian feed then Elito News 24 Deckmill by 1:30, as Tx.Y Vision 8 and Breeze Vision 3 Xylemcasts Elito News 24 Deckmill, while Tx.Y Radio and Breeze Radio plays the music presentation. This is we are heading to the shop in question.
This is I must check on VWGT as per 12-minute intervals to see if the VWGT cast to go in pause or to conclude.
However, I note Ry.E and Nyandogitopia uses the common metric system for speed limit as primary, kph, as speed limit is 40 km/h here.
Yes, as you are going at posted limit, but you better watch the revs, shift up a gear or two, as it was at over 4,000 RPM in which it's now around 2,500 as I glanced at the engine tachometer and digital vehicle speedometer below fuel gauge, as I also note. Secondary for CIO matros per trocant on bottom, but what is this in the middle?
Speed units in two of the decimal measurement system, TGM and Premel, vels, rapid per tim on upper and velocitals, lengthals per timel on lower, as a lengthal is like a dozenal equivalent of a centimeter, 3 dozen or 36, and a graphit is just shy of a foot, over 29.5 centimeters. About 11 2/3 inches, 12 dozen tims equal 25 seconds, being a dunatim or sweep as the trice or triquitimel is 50 seconds, or 12 dozen twinklings or twinks in which a twink is 12 timels, or 2 tims being 374 milliseconds as a timel is 28.935 milliseconds.
I do note, 72 or 6 dozen trices, and 12 dozen, 144 sweeps is an hour, a dwell is 12 dozen trices, 2 hours is 12 of these as a day, whereas a crown is 10 choice, 2 hours 24 minutes, 60 mineros, and 100 crons/kia trocants as 10 crowns equal a day. Corey Treaction, Rex Treaction, please be advised there is a rainfall warning level 1 that is issued for areas to the west of Elite City. It is beginning to rain hard in Savage City and Axedal to the west. Ry.E Met and Nyandog Met has issued special weather statement for areas to north. 40 mm rainfall and wind gusts up to 60 km/h is expected. Be on alert for weather bulletins.
This is for you, Rex. You better get your rain gear at hand. This is I do see dark rain clouds to the west. And someone I know in front of us when we met him, during the event on October 31st, 2025, as we'd head to a little mall as I to get the fellow attention.
Mark Zany yells, "Stop the vehicle immediately." Corey Zanders, "We can't park here. It's a fire route. We park at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ since the driveway at the Zany Yells and Zanders are full. Our cousins are visiting. I am Farah, Corey Zanders, in a voice call with you, Rex T and Corey T. Follow the CRZ mobile. In this case, I Trexer, Rex Z Crypter, Rex Xylastar will meet ya Rex T and Corey T at ground floor. Shark. Yes, bro Daniel? Thank God I Smith DSR Cryptor am off air. I heard on the food bar of RDK TV above the clock bar. What is the subject? Doesn't Holocene Solstice New Year to occur this weekend in a hex week time, Saturday evening, subject to be heavily celebrated in Dozadopes, just to the south of Tronica and Webchester and adjacent to Pecco Finicolin. The event is declared a Tronic Diamond Ry.E event, meaning it to be observed within the TDU and is part of TDU Winterfest. No plans for celebrations so far from Webchester even in Webchesterfield, but gets attention to Doesn't Society of Webchester, as with DSR and DSE.
Rex, we better hold on shopping for the Retray Christmas 25, cause I heard of esports at 7, I need to check the TV. What with the clock ident? What happened to VWG2N?
Trexer must explain. Deterrent gets imposed as preventative measure in an event of the E-Screamer.
What E-Screamer?
Minecraft Herobrine game chap E-Screamer, as once they encounter Herobrine in game and the E-element, they scream the E in the video presentation. Some fellows timed it to T-28 minutes 13 seconds, to event, as they play it so loud to cause mass disruption or to blow the speakers. This on L dozenals, L dozen L, or 11 and 143, to event, in dozenal/duodecimal timekeeping, in alternate dozenal mode, as double E is most common as the KanborZeven L dozenal countdown, as there's some instances on the TGM and primal counterparts in Tims and Twinklings/Twinks. This one ends up foul as there's report of music. We at RDK 3000 TriStar call it as code MCHE3 Deck Act. Some play the loud tone of 3 frequencies in 3 units of said magic number in dozenal rather than the E-Screamer, as that is so tone deaf. We had one instance just last week or so. This is just yesterday afternoon. Code MCHE3 Deck Act also ends up foul, but turned a different issue. Broadcast the alert tones that tripped off the EAS, that tripped off the Elitopian Emergency Public Alerting System and TD alarm, and sounded the outdoor warning sirens, but it states test message, not an emergency, it result in false alarm, and VWGT episode needed to conclude in compliance, and VWG2N production for yesterday evening barred.
This is, as I recall, one of my friends not in the Retrex crew from Nyan City, was responsible. He gets ejected in permaban from Elito Plaza Center. The force was so great, he gets airborne out of Elite City and crashlands near Raptor Tuning. Banhammer whacks him, killing him, and word ban flashing markings around the tuning shop, even on the cars. This is hours later. The godlike voice, then the bigger Banhammer whacks the tuning shop with the bigger flash, and the ban wording flash and explosion as the tuning shop gets wrecked.
I am Gavin. Thank God the LTS is safe but Dewey, and the crew was killed, but Savage was out of town. Once he returns, he raged over the event as he lost his car, as that was also destroyed.
I am Trexer, Rex Z Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. Gavin, concerning Kate, you may need to head to RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ, for inquiry for Christmas present gift idea. Shaker to detail further.
I do note, but I need to know on the event at 7 o'clock. What the is this? It just cut to clock ident.
Deterrent kicked in, on Vero, Arrow, and RDK TV as Trexer learn, against topless surprise, occurring on Deck Dos Nels. Deck dozen deck binals on KanborZeven Spinelian duodecimal countdown to event mentioned in program is on RDK TV on top right showed 26 minutes 10 seconds and 3 sets of A's as in alternate, 3 sets of X's. This is the triple X refers to subject 18 plus, NSFW content, in relation to nudity. Sex and porn as she exposed breasts onto the TV cam at magic second but occurred off air.
That is just stupid, as it's a form of stupidity. Anyhow, what is deck and deck dozen deck? I know dozen is 12.
Deck is 10 in dozen L or duodecimal, being expressed as turn 2, or A, or T, or X, especially in script form. L is 11, being expressed as turn 3, E, even in script form, B, or sigma symbol. Some use the star and hash symbol. The incident is just cleared, as I see the female escorting to the exit by the security. She gets karma.
Yes, as she to be barred for life, as I caught her as esports player was doing awkward acts to her as I separate the player from Opticalito and the topless female. By the way, I am Christina Raitzer.
KBIP.
security guard of Elito Plaza Center. The management was informed, as with Elite City Police, she to be arrested once the officers arrive. This is my colleague escorts her out. This is she to be booked on special charges for involving act in triple deck on dozenal timer to event at 7, on top of indency exposure charges as that is illegal.
Pro to compete against team who opted out of the Synergy Olympics and withdrawn from tournament earlier in the year over death of player, in which gets ready to compete again, Elito FAZ. They to compete in best of 5 and counter Blitz Striker 2 at the EDA. We do expect an interview any minute with the former player who becomes coach of EFZ, but that won't be on VWG2N but on Elito News 24 Deck Mill 24 EH as we begin the VWG2N cast of sister network Elito News 24 Deck Mill 24 Elitopian Hours.
Welcome back to 24EH. I am Ringo Silvestar and this is Brittany Zaniels. We have to pass on a news update. This is we have gotten update to the topless surprise incident. Esports player from Optic Elito has been expelled from the Ristar. As the ELG Game Jam and Xenergy has disqualified Optic Elito from the playoffs in the Synergy Olympics 2025. This after the esports player licking and massaging the female breasts. To repeat, Elito News 24, Deckmill and 24EH received update to the topless surprise incident. Esports player from Optic Elito has been expelled from the Ristar, as the ELG Game Jam and Xenergy has disqualified Optic Elito from the playoffs in the Synergy Olympics 2025. This after the esports player licking and massaging the female breasts. He is banned from competition until 2027, EY 1027. Originally 90-day suspension as it occurred after triple deck act in KanborZeven to esports as he is given 1 KanborZeven Spinelian duodecimal year suspension. I am Smith DSR Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar at Studio Ry.E. We at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline also learn of development in Code T update. This is we at RDK 3000 TriStar learn. Esports player from Optic Elito was involved in sexual event with the topless female as per remark by Mark B. Cryptor. Mark Blake, Kirby, OTE fellow said he was hooked on the lady. As he said the Code TE stunt, that is shown on news banner but T-word gets replaced with symbols as we can't show that on the air as he massaged and licked her breasts, before the security stops the duos as I shark learn from my sister Christina Raidzutter, security guard of EPC. That may be newsworthy, the lady said for the duos to get nude and have sex toward said triple deck being number of Tims and TGM dozenal countdown to the esports match start in which she takes action to stop the duos. This is what we learn, gets scrutiny by Zaylin Relixina from Cloakup Tech. The league ELG Game Jam, the organizer, Xenergy, and the team, as he gets ejected from roster and slapped with 1 KanborZeven dozenal year suspension. This is per Zaylin's order, in punishment for Blitz to KB.SDY dozenal timekeeping in triple deck Code T and TE Blitz. Optic Elito gets disqualified and booted from the Xenergy Olympics 2025 playoffs. Other notes we must pass on, VWG2N hosts are headed to the Elito DG Arena to cover for VWG2N for remainder of the show, as told by Robert James as he told Derek V. Cryptor of it as they head to RDK TSR exit GR as they went in front of camera while off air. Mark Star Treks from Trex 8 News to be substitute host for the time being until the VWG2N hosts are ready on Vero and Eros side also for Trex Vision 8 as I to be host for RDK TV counterpart. If the Elito News 24 Deck Mill Xylem cast continues for next several minutes, RDK TVSP is per discretion to switch to Xylem cast of Elito News 24 Deck Mill and VWG2N Xylem cast to end for the hour as the show to return after RDK 3000 TriStar today prime at 2000 hours RDK ELC. We will hand off back to VWG2N in Elito News 24 Deck Mill Xylem cast. This is my brother shouldn't done it in the first place. This is he gets ejected from the roster and suspended for esports competition, but I am disgraced as they slap a 432-day temporary ban/suspension, 3 Groven in Dozenal, 12 Rio dos months, 18 Meses, 1 KanborZeven Productions/Rio duodecimal year. A quarter of a triqua day, rather than 90 days, as not only he gets pawned, the entire team Opticalito also gets pawned, disqualified from the playoffs and booted out of the Synergy Olympics 2025, EY 1025. Why does Zalen Relixina from Klokoptek in KanborZeven City told the Elitopian League of Gaming, Game Jam and Zenergy Corp, to punish the esports team as whole, over blitz to KanborZeven Spinelian duodecimal timekeeping and tripled X stupidity over my bro sexual acts to topless female.
Ahem, Jeremy Ringsalion, I must interrupt. This is I got word that for the television viewers for Vero Plus via streaming in which Vero Plus Silemcast Elito News 24 Decmil 24 we must pass this programming notice. This is the airing of VWG2 and Extra on Vero Plus needs to conclude. This is the streaming channel to air Elito GR Nets Game Day live tonight, on Elito Phase in Vitewilitis.pro to occur at 7 o'clock, for those on Aerobreeze, VWG2 and Extra may end imminently for the same scenario. I am Andrew Rexigings from Elito News 24 Decmil reporting for 24
This is the qualifications to be held December 20th and 21st for Race 1, to be held in daytime in Alftronic City. To avoid conflict to the Dosatopian Holocene Solstice New Year countdown, as this conflicts with the qualifications for Race 2 in Elite City, as that gets rescheduled for 27th and 28th.
Quick programming notice for Aerobreeze and Silemcast. We learn from Aero and Vero, VWG2 and Extra on Aero's streaming channel needs to conclude to devote esports VWTP and EFZ. Details to be on their end via slides. This is an RDK 3000 TriStar television service programming alert. I am Smith DSR Cryptor once again from Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. We are bringing it on RDK TV and RDK ESP.net. For those on RDK ESP.net, tonight's VWG2 and Extra Silemcast needs to halt, as the show on Aerobreeze and Vero Plus suddenly concludes. This is we learn, from Aero and Vero, the show needs to conclude as Vero Plus and Aerobreeze needs to air Elito GR Nets Game Day live tonight. To repeat, he show needs to conclude as Vero Plus and Aerobreeze needs to air Elito GR Nets Game Day live tonight as requested by Elito GR Net on vitaoilitis.pro versus Elito Phase. This is the Silemcast needs to halt on RDK ESP.net. This is Vero Plus ended the program then Aerobreeze. This is for RDK ESP.net. we hand off to esports coverage. This is for VWG2N itself. The show goes into intermission as production needs to go in pause, as the crew to head to the Alito DG Arena. This is the VWG2N hosts who exit via RDK TSRGR was told to wait for the crew. To repeat, the show goes into intermission as production needs to go in pause, as the crew to head to the Alito DG Arena. The show to return shortly. This is the Alito News 24 Deck Mill Asylum cast to continue in temporary, however we learn. The Alito FaZe esports coach interview is being moved to Alito Newsnet, as the excerpts to be shown on RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime in the next hour as we to return to the Asylum cast of 24 EH via Veros. This is the channel is airing DOS News 2 DOS-1 DOS, on topic to occur December 21st, 2025 and Mu 20th, EY 1025. I am Smith ESR Cryptor as we return to the Asylum cast.
This is not only to be the fireworks of the Dozatopian Holocene Solstice New Year, the Christmas tree to be light up with extras as they mix the Holocene Solstice New Year of DZE6859 with Christmas, as both events are just 8 do hours, for mo trices, 8 mo dunitims apart, in general, 4 days. This is after the ball drop, the next evening, nightly toward Christmas to be Christmas music performing by local band, the carolers and those from the Dozatopian Orchestral Hall. I am Richard Treiskip reporting from Dozen City Park, as we hand off to Mark D at Dostron Island's east side, in which the set area to opt out of the celebrations due to state of emergency and public safety issue.
I am Mark Dunatimsey. The Holocene Dozenal Solstice New Year celebrations in Dostron Island in 6 days is in jeopardy. This as there's a PDS extreme flash flood emergency out for Dostron for tonight, and black level 5 rainfall emergency warning. Quite a downpour, also quite chilly, as the flood waters are quite deep. 1 do 3 grafuds, 3 grove 9 do lent hells deep, also quite windy, gusts to 1 do bells, 6 do velocitels. For Alito News 2 do or 24 in decimal, Deck Mill and Vero plus RDK TV and Xylem cast for Alitopian audience, being 6 do 1 km/h and 5 meters in common metric system in decimal, 71 and 6.3 in decimal. Organizers has cancelled the festive event here in Dostron, but to the other side of the island, in higher elevation, remains green light. Oh no. Excuse me, I have to put this on his force so great, I could go underwater. Yikes, oh my god. Apologize as the auto sensor has kicked in, but not the ETXTM but the ones on their end by parent firm for DOS News 2 DOS-1 DOS. This as there's a reported topless surprise occurring on ZL deck on the prime clock in Ry.E DOS Type D. In triple deck act in prime clock at 6:49 PM Elite City in 5.3 seconds when the auto sensor went off when topless female exposed breasts onto the chem that sets off auto sensor on their end as they present as turn 2, in TD Alito, AAA. Kanbor Modern Triples E as in KanborZeven Legacy as XXX as the XXX refers to subject in relation to sex, porn, nudity, 18+ and SFW content, when topless female exposed breasts onto chem at the magic twink. For clarification, This does not occur on the Kanbordian Spinelian duodecimal clock or the Spinelian Greenwich clock, or the TGM counterpart in Ry.E DOS type H, hour, but in the primal clock in Ry.E duodecimal time type D, day and triple deck stupidity topless surprise incident. As since this 24EH on Alito News 24 deck mill gets airing on VWG2N on Vero and Xylem cast on RDK TV in RDK TSR terms as code T3 deck RDZT-D as that did not set off auto censor on Vero, RDK TV, and Trex Vision 8 as we learn. I am Mark Star Trex over at Trex 8 News Center at Studio TX8 at Elitotronics Telemedia HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. We want to cut away from Alito News 24 deck mill Xylem cast for now as I to say additional remarks on the subject on triple deck topless surprise event. This as the subject was auto-censored on their end, however on the streaming channel, DOS Newsnet, the subject was shown uncensored. This is the correspondent reporting for event outside at rooftop behind the Metro Chem in Dozen City in which the semi-nude female went in front of the chem and the correspondent exposing breasts in front of him. As he said obscene remark as camera was turned to him as she strips off the male's clothes as the duos went nude as they had sex on chem but remained auto-censored on the main channel in which cut to ad break as with DOS Newsnet. This is there's another incident occurring on T-Dexit on the primal countdown to esports VATP and Alito phase, at 6:50 PM Elite City and 54.6 seconds, also in Dozen City but occurring at City Park but involving another streaming channel, DOS X, 24-hour streaming news channel. This is topless female exposed breasts toward chem and the correspondent. He said obscene remark in the copycat event that follow, showing uncensored exposing obscene and explicit acts on DOS X. The topless female was just caught by the security at the rooftop in which the female who exposed breasts that set off auto-censor as the security also dealt with the male correspondent forced into sex, as the male has been fired. I am Smith DSR Crypter from Studio RDE. We have a programming alert to pass to you. RDK Kb.SP has terminated the Asylum cast of VWG2N for the evening on RDK TV in wake of the Code T3 Deck Act on KanborZeven at 9. For DOS Deck, DOS Deck SGT when topless female exposed breasts onto cam. But deterrent gets imposed at split-second move in which temp cut to clock ident as subject gets moved off cam. This is confirmed blitz to KanborZeven doesn't timekeeping in SGT clock in triple deck stupidity. Since RDK TV gets Slimcast on Tx.Y 8 and BreezeVision 3, the show also to conclude on Tx.Y 8 and BZV3 and RDK TV SP's request to Synergy Media for Tx.Y 8 and BZV3. In TD Alito, 94 AAA, KB Modern 94 ZZZ, KB Legacy 9, 4X, XX, as the last 3 digits refers to XXX in reference to sex, porn, nudity, 18 plus and SFW content. When topless female exposed breasts in front of cam at magic second then ousted OTE player saying code TE stunt then massaging and licking breasts until stopped by Zaylin. We learn, Ilito GR Net Game Day live tonight airing on Vero. Oh god, VWG2N episode needs to conclude this as Zaylin ordered the show to halt, as tomorrow's production also to halt as the production to be suspended for blitz to KanborZeven doesn't timekeeping in code T3 deck stupidity, initially a semana and KanborZeven Spinillion duodecimal timekeeping. 6 days ending on 21st but due to importance of event, to be until Saturday December 20th, 2025 and Trey dies Mu 19th. EY 1025, ED 353 at 1300 hours RDK ELC, 75.0 EMT. 1800 TRX for next Saturday's edition of VWGT. This as the show was already preempted in memo stating to devote coverage of playoffs of Blitz EREV Sim Racing and Xenergy Olympics in playoffs from tomorrow to Friday 19th. VWG2N hosts gets reassigned to cover for GDL2N. This is the esports match of Ilito Phase and VITAO Elitus.pro to be prioritized for the evening as the match to be on Ilito GRNet, Vero, Aerovia GDL2N, also on RDK ESPNet and RDK TSR radio service 4. With live report and news reporting on RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime. Esports match kicks off now as it just crossed 1900 hours RDK ELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, Sunday December 14th. 2025 and Quad Dismu 14th, EY 1025, ED 348. This is we welcome to the viewers on Tx.Y 8 and BreezeVision 3 and Asylum cast as with RDK TV and radio services as we are powering up always on all RDK TSR platforms, TV, radio, streaming and more plus on sister network R8664 Vision as RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition starts now, for Sunday December 14th. 2025 and Quad Dismu 14, EY 1025, ED 348. 9's Day Quarta Day Mu 14th, TDE 2002, SD 348 on a 079, Pika Kota 15th Spragan Kb.P 20. I am Smith DSR Crypter, Shark, Smith DS Raid Zutter over at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center, over at Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar Main Global Headquarters at Ilito Square in Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia. The RDK TSRT headline rundown from RDK Newsline tonight, the latest at this hour. Oh my god.
Mark, you sure compete like a pro. Maybe we should recruit to the esports team in Trek City Trexies.
Yes, that is my dream in 2025. Tx.Y 25, EY 1025. This is the fellows down.
Tuned the TV from gridiron football to esports once Trek City Trexers score a touchdown from Breeze Vision 5 to some esports channel on channel 30 Type R.
This is their special sponsored esports match announced since noon, from Trex Games, occurring.
Savage, you should have also noted the esports match announced since midday.
What? What the f are you talking about? Is sports on Christmas?
Yes. Oh my god, oh my freaking god. Savage gets Trexed out.
I must head inside a little plaza center. This as I need to check out the place as I never been there ever.
You are permanently banned. Forever.
Center in Elite City, Federal District, Militopia as it's 1:40 p.m. Elite City. Regarding the current time.
Incoming on.
Hit the deck.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Whoa. Oh my god. We must have to bring attention to event that has resulted in disruption of BWGT production. For the viewer, I do apologize, but I have to stop the triple deck act. And for you lady, Hall, don't even think on doing the stunt.
You don't want to see the subject on live TV. Thank God Mark Blake.
This is we must arrive for visit on New Year's Eve toward Choi 75. Oh my god. The female in pool in background. She exposed breasts onto
Kb.P, and of course the Kipling Water Residential and the new Canberra year Kb.P 20 and the .KLN 400 for 294 in duodecimal. For some reason, some siren must have been heard in the horn, at 1:45 and 50 seconds. What this for?
This being the RDK TSR/R8664 system, some event triggered Trex alarm. This is I am friend with Trexer, idol of Trex NYE25 told me in which Trexer said to idol via messaging, Indency exposure at quad deck to Trex NYE drill, at Elite City, Militopia at Elito Plaza Center. At the store and drinks. I got my crossover packed up, as I am ready as family heads to Xenopolis City, Xenopolia as I to head to southern end of Blitz Dinozania. I must note, approaching 10 AM, 14 hours to, what, is it 10 o'clock already? What with the stupid horn blaring for Ry.E 7, this as it sets off the car alarm, someone in Blitz Dinozania inside, as I to call Blitz Dinozania police on the matter.
Happy Japanese New Year! Ry.E 7.
I must note that Zion Zaniels, whoa, unexpected passenger from rear seat, and Rover barking, as I must pull over. Who are you?
Casper. I am quite depressed, as some fool called me names and gets picked at me although I am not physically hurt.
Ugh, hold on, Zion Zaniels, to start voice call with my bro Mark Zaniels immediately. Mark, Casper has landed onto my new body pillow and soft landing in rear of my car next to Rover, Coco and Whiskers enjoying car ride. Casper is not injured but he does need his mental health addressed as swiftly as possible.
Stay in your vehicle, unlock the door, as I to get Casper out of your car, Orgamai, and the owner has been notified as the fool is escorted out giving 14-day temporary ban. Happy New Year, 2025. In Hue Exitex and Kb.P inertia. Starting today, in Savage City out west, Rococo TV.
This is it also to be on Canbernet International News Merfatian, also keep Lion Kingdom and Wheel.
Why the auto mute? Some KanborDians call as Ilitopia as Huiltapolis, most drop the WHE as it becomes Eltapolis, have cousins residing in KanborD Federation Republic, mainly in KanborD City, also here in Elite City, mainly at city's west side, and one at Canalito City, Canberalito. Oh boy, esports. Game on. Elite City Galaxy and Team Ry.E. Anyhow, timing is quite odd. One choi warning toward new Canber year. This when the esports match start at 1:45 p.m. and 36 seconds, 11:45 p.m. KBTS and 36 also time in Silver City, Korhatapia, in which I do have my friend who's born in Elite City, however visiting Silver City, Korhatapia. Who won yesterday's sign. Konnichiwa. Ichigo Elito Starcup challenge you in a race at Zen Speedway. No. Ry.E.'s Cryptor refuse the challenge, choose someone else you know to challenge, I have other things to do.
Meaning finals in it to 1400 local, 000 KBTS. This being 1357 local, 2357 KBTS and SBC
are ahead over Elite City Galaxy, leading 4-2 in round 7 in map 1, damn. Last one eliminated by Thunder in 1v1.
80 meters, 200 nitro pass to make a touch, intercepted by Thunderdogs number 40, robbing the Evos of the touchdown. He's running toward the Thunderdog side, 200, 150, center field, 100, 75, 50, oh my god, such unbelievable action by Savage City Evos. Whistle and 1, 2, 3, oh my god. Multiple flags, likely numerous penalties for the Evos.
It's a good thing I came prepared, as I had to rush to Gamer Corner just to put on my rain slacks, rain boots, and raincoat, and grab my umbrella also to query the status of the E-Pre and the other esports match. Map 3 gets underway, tied score at 1, this is Kraken maintains the lead after round 4.
On all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour. Breaking weather. Ice storm warning in effect for Costa Aero and Costa Zeno. Xenopolia, winter storm warning for...
As I insert the USB thumb drive.
Welcome back
I
to
heard the
RDK
audio cues.
3000
Freeform quick
today.
virus
I am
scan.
Marky
Okay,
Cryptor.
the program
And
is
I am
launched.
Chris K. Cryptor. In esports and gaming plus autos and racing, in sim racing, in first match of TG Sim Racing 2025, TY 1025, TBP 2000T, NTS 1000.7 to 1000.8.
Chat with him now.
Ken 2000, Eric Alfronica,
We would like to welcome to the viewers of Aerovision. I am Marky Cryptor and this is Chris K.
Morning on the 10th, in which brings my mental health out of whack, as I am so depressed a lot right now, as I am at the point I get suicidal. I can't take it anymore, as the world is so cruel, as I have to end myself. Goodbye world.
I must note the time as I heard the chimes, straight at 1 o'clock, this as we have a good view of the Elitopian Parliament.
Yo, someone has went abroad on the raft.
Since when?
Just now. Someone jumped off the bridge on Capsule Street and made good intercept landing onto our raft.
24 gets debuted on TD Vision as I heard the report on the TV tuned to Inks 24. What? Who changed the channel to Elito News 24 Deck Mill? It was left to ATR Newsnet. Who said that? Me. Zion Altro Nitrap, brother of Eric Altro Nitrap.
Excuse me, Aero cameraman Erica, muted immediately. You don't want to hear the subject on live television, good thing for the mute, as there's something going on, something bizarre just occurred off cam.
Minute, I did not know of audio simulcast on AM band as I to turn on the radio to set frequency. What is this?
Attention, Axol 13, ELAXOLDTV from Axodal, New Omega Rock, Elitopia, has been shut down by Elitopian Radio Telecommunications Commission due to broadcast violation on nudity and sex during live broadcast.
About time Axol 13 gets shut down, and audio simulcast to become some jazz station.
This is definitely not an e-screamer as it occurred on Triple L on duodecimal countdown to esports of Cloud Deck and X Gaming. This being some rock music. Someone must have trexed onto the radio playing rock music at the EDA.
It is unsure if the subject gets playing via CD, Bluetooth via device, USB, memory card, or via radio.
Aerovision is on it to determine which station originates from it via radio.
This is 95.1 The Rock, EL-ROCK-FM 95.1, Elite City's best rock. An imposed temporal programming break in which interrupted the interview only to be moved to Chronos. Excuse me, we must hand off to RDK TV.
That was Shaker over at EDA.
We learn that code ARD gets imposed, Aerovision simulcasting RDK TV, as we welcome to viewers at Aerovision. I am Mark.
205 KBDT on 19th, 17th Mesa of 18th, 16th month. With KB.SDY 129, or Grove 2
won't count toward the tournament in which is currently suspended until next week, due to way the can teams withdraw over economic. This as we learn, started when females went topless when noting this is we to hand off to Mark J. Phelps and Melissa Katzenzian from KanborZeven at the KDA in a moment. This is, ahem, I knew it as the camera gets to zoom to me, Robert James, as I put on elements on the video wall, this is there goes the triple deck stunt. Topless female exposing breasts onto
and our 0 minute 0 kbts, this as since the network Marrow is based in Wheel.
All in, this is he goes toward Alito's side, in final seconds in overtime, and new goes a year, hand off to Shaky, oh my god, Shaky gets sneaky,
T-shirt, T-score,
Saoyo, goal, ciao, Alito's win, Ao's window, 6-5, Hexa Ti Penta.
Hat trick by number 88, Shaky, assisted by 64, Craig. This with 3.0 seconds, whoa, oh my god. Unbelievable action by KanborZeven.
Finish, as I finish, Alito Munich's captions, K Cryptor. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Auto sensor. Television, a Warner Communications. Spinel dozen all year countdown afternoon on 19th. I must determine timing to be in sync. This while, eep. I heard such. Thank God for the beep. If that occurs in Bloxy Federation, Yes Trexer, this is there's nudity on the monitor, some semi-nude CGI female showing her back, in which appears, and on the triple deck Tim's on TGM countdown. Eve. Auto sensor due to nudity, Farah, if you have DVR record to VWGT, stop it immediately. DVR was in use to record Korhata P and AU Rules Football, Mark, and the A6, this while. Whoa, must pull aside to note what's going on as I check my watch. Oh my god, the females at A6 are nude.
Let's get naked and have sex naked toward them.
Next triple X at 9, 4X, double X, canvas in duodecimal time 1 second.
That douche.
Reports on KB.P.
That is against the law as I am calling the cops on myself, or as it's a triple deck act violation as I had to pull aside. This as I am putting it in neutral and yank at the handbrake to engage the parking brake, getting out my Z-Mobi flip phone, and calling 777 to get the hold of ECPD. Is this Elite City Police?
And off to the area Raptor in Ferramentans.
This is the HNM Ry.E Trex LAN party gets still in progress tonight. Yo. The game Chap Herobrine Minecraft E-Screamer is a bust. Mastered by RDK 3000 TriStar, DELCA. And 11 Kanbor coins. Take note, we to inspect for modesty layer. This is we note another driver gets karma, over a teddy bear with no clothes. That is violation as he gets karma for sexual consent/content. Julian Rasokiard, no wonder you drive a hybrid car. What has happened to your crossover?
I have since traded into this sleek sedan as I chose this as hybrid version as it have a 2.0-liter engine.
I must note being the 2025 EY1025 Flex C-Trex ENSHB being series parallel hybrid with 2 electric motors, but only difference that there is no planetary gearset, drive and launch gears. Most are front-wheel drive, but there are all-wheel drive models including the RS hatch model with turbocharged 4-cylinder 2.0-liter, 4-wheel drive, and 6-speed manual or 7-speed auto, while the Eco models only have a ECVT transmission with planetary gearset and 2 motors. And only hybrid and PHEV in addition to upcoming BEV version. What with the car horn, and the awooga. Who honked at us? City. Robloxian Federation, who owned the Latino restaurant there, has gotten karma for modesty layer on teddy bears with no clothes. That is violation for sexual content. The teddy bears get oofed, along with the SUV in him. Terminated by RBMCA with remark, sexual and adult content is forbidden in the land, a warkedly according to new policy. Diego also gets oofed, in which upsets Kanbordian government as with a 6 I heard the loud oof and that triggers RDK TSR system as it went into code R as the roll call alarm was blaring.
Lady beside the male, behind Andrew Smith, who are you?
Carlet Kanbor Tricks, as this is my brother Jacob as he just turns 22. I am 21.
Yes, this is I am hyped on the sim racing match on my birthday.
Happy birthday to ya Jacob. Game on.
This is I am hyped on this as I am bringing my brother Jacob with me. This is I am excited, as I to show the audience something as I to show you this.
The Elitotronics Telemedia Auto Sensor has been active for nudity.
19.0 Cyber Galaxy. Tutorial I follow. Also I had to obtain the special bootloader from Z Store in Elite City. This is I Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor, to get onto the, what? TDOS blue screen of death, Mark Z Cryptor. You should note the Giffany 2.0 thumb drive on your computer as that app auto-launched upon login as that crashed TDOS. I have to force eject the thumb drive manually. What? Some dialog box appeared, this when I eject the thumb drive, anyhow who inserted the drive to my laptop tablet combo. In which it's on ZOS, but first I must copy the file before launching MZ Stuff Client, Ctrl+C. Egad. System error dialog. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Kernel panic.
You could have done it via context menu or icon bar.
And blue screen, air, black screen of death? What? I must have to take a better look at the sign on the right of main entrance of RDK TSR HQ. I do note this as I do recall in the prior weeks, my friend abused Casper at the hospital, despite my warnings, as he gets barred indefinitely from the complex, and gets punishment from Judge
GR Music at Tronic Digi Arena. This as BWGT Newsroom has also received word of it as well.
This is subject to occur at 1436 RDK ELC or 775 Kiotrokins and 0. It could be possible that Clouddeck and Spinel City Dozinals match to begin 36 minutes early from initial of 1512 or 800, being 012 KBTS 30th Gumbalin KB.P 20. GR event has started. This at 1436 RDK ELC and 0 seconds, 77.5 EMT and 0, 1860 TRX and 0.
We want to announce the event that has started.
The narrow platforms. This is its 4v4. The person from BITAOElitis.pro just deployed the bomb, at Site Alpha. Wait a minute. Is one of the G64 player counting down, as with the two substitutes? Have he noted the clock, countdown music, or the element in-game? This is one fellow from RDK 3000 TriStar rushes to esports admin who was part of Elite City Galaxy, Thunder, Chris T.E. Cryptor. Now entire G64 gets involved. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my freaking god. G64 esports over celebrating, entire roster involved, hidden Easter egg appeared in one map as it said Happy New Month KanborZeven Spinillion duodecimal 4th Mesa KB.SDY 12Z being 12A or 178, and the Ry.E audibles. VITAO tried to impose game pause but overridden by the Easter egg, like. Player and substitute not competing over celebrating has set off the tornado alarm in celebration. G64 over celebrating as they jump out of gaming chairs as it triggered confetti here at EDA, and subjects as they over celebrate as they rush to emergency exit and bring it outside. The esports admin has made the call, the match is forfeit as it's game over. G64 esports. Not only they sound the tornado alarm in which was silenced, they sound the fire alarm at the D6 and lockdown alarm at Canberra Telemedia Elitopian Bureau and lever at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ for roll call alarm. Now Arrow is simulcasting RDK TV as a result. Yes, Ry.E, as the Trex siren also was abused into as well but I have toggled all stop remotely as the Trex siren was hushed.
I hate it when someone mows his lawn at 10 o'clock at night.
Bacon McWrap, crispy. That is all, for takeout is me and my crew to head somewhere soon.
That to come up to $22.50 after VAT. Where you to be heading to next?
Doge GR Corner, this as, oh my watch is beeping. 1500 hours, oh boy, Doge TV Silumcast RDK TV, Retrex crew, listen to the subject the news presenters Marky Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor to explain.
Happening now. Game on. BitAOIdius.pro is taking on against Team Retrex.
Yet to implement the feature. For some reason, is it getting warm? Whoa, for some reason, I must check my tablet, to see if my dog went into restricted area as he shouldn't go in there to go blitz via security cameras as the said door confirmed auto-closed to the admin room.
Yes, core temp is at 100 and rising.
Maybe the dog must have tampered at the controls. The core temp is at 1000.
You are permanently banned. Forever. For life.
This says at first start as Team Venus is back in autumn of 2023. What with the Trex alarm? Is it coming?
Cherokee Talk Show needs to go in ad break. For RDK TV viewers, we hand off to Chris K. Cryptor for news flashes for VWGT. Stand by for VWGT alert.
In this case we will be right back in 2 minutes.
I am Mark Star Trex over at Trex 8 News Center.
This says at first start as Team Venus is back in autumn of 2023. What with the Trex alarm? Is it coming from Trexer's device?
For a bit as we are dealing with some audible.
For RDK TV viewers, we hand off to Chris K. Cryptor for news flashes for VWGT. Stand by for VWGT alert.
In this case we will be right back in 2 minutes.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar Today News Flash. I am Chris K. Cryptor.
Or at RDK Can. This is we are approaching 1.5 dozenals or 2.5 chiatricants to the...
DKTV, Tx.Y, BZV3 and JinxViz opted out.
Countdown on feed TR is in Tron Microcycles grid time but I to say in seconds.
Await countdown.
Tron skid air to master in 5, 4,
Alarm.
3.
Alarm. Alarm.
Oh my god.
Alarm.
Abort,
Alarm.
abort, abort.
Alarm.
Auto
Alarm.
sensor on
Alarm.
feed RT.
Alarm.
Auto
Alarm.
sensor on
Alarm.
feed RT.
Alarm.
Cut to
Alarm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Action.
It's at Master, as I note headline rundown on RDK TV. One of it includes new OS announcement tomorrow afternoon by Zentron Computings. Coming out of beta to master release. Oh my god. Get ready for an announcement from ZGR and Z Fuel.
Tron skid halted pending news.
Ilito GRES
Our television to air the SEDE sports match of VTP and OTE in addition to Ilito GRESP. And since 2:30 p.m.
Chris Andrew JS. Blog item is active as deterrent.
Thank you. This is she appears in front of KBWG2N to be preempted as the match to continue for the remainder of day as the hosts to be reassigned for Ilito GRESP. This is they to be back for tomorrow's episode. Auto sensor kicked it in as we do apologize, as we learn, playing on band.
I'm afraid to interrupt
What
SE
the
Stars
damn
plays, as we must pause for now,
cut short
until
over
after
race
ad
wars.
break.
Stand by for a programming alert.
They can't go with JXEG once again as they call it as DG Gamer Force X as they say, they to take over to compete Team Retrex if anything happens to Doge Gamer Force.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Doge
Trex
Gamer
alarm.
Force.
Trex alarm.
Terminated
Trex
for
alarm.
contributions
Trex
to obscene
alarm.
stunts
Trex
by Doge
alarm.
Rebellion in
Trex
KanborZeven
alarm.
City in
Trex
Triple
alarm.
Deck
Trex
Act.
alarm.
Well, Doge Gamer Force X has been carved. Good thing for DG Gamer Force X as they noted it, as they say, they to take over to compete against Team Retrex on Friday evening. Oh my god, that is quite unexpected.
Hold up. Car
we
radio.
have an esports alert to pass to you at 7:30 p.m. Elite City with half-hour warning to News NO here. There is an esports match that is going to 2003. This is Mark Z Cryptor. Raptor is delivering remark to the revelers on reminder of esports match that gets recently announced to occur at top of the hour via PA.
This being Bit AOI Lightus.Pro versus Digi Gamer Force X. Best of 5. Counter Blitz Striker 2 at start of XEY 2003.
This is we have 15 minutes left to the Zeno New Year's X2.Y 2003 in Maine.
Buddha era year, so being 2565 BE for 2022, 2566 for 2023, and 2567 for 2024 is 2025 is Buddha year 2568 BE.
What are we going to do there?
Maybe some shopping, and to eat at a Thai-res, eat, cops. We must pull over due to police telling us to pull over. Whoops. I must have forgot to turn off the turn signal. Per day, September 1st, 2025. Then we take the train then plane back.
Every hour, on the hour, this is the 24-hour news beat.
I am Mark E. Cryptor. Mark Ilita Star from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline Studio RDE at the RDK TSR main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Ilitopia, and this is the RDK TSRT 24-hour Newsbeat News Update. In the news at 14:39 RDK ELC and Doge, where flood victims of the Mike Fleury Orioke show in Drewster, Anove Kalos, RBF is banned to return to the area as it's deemed unsafe, as they are forced to relocate as most ends up in Doge City, Rainbow, Dogeland, RBF, some to nearby Nian City, in Nianland. Correct, Daniel AKT as I Mark X Cryptor, Mark Zarkshaw, Evie must note, it was also reported on RDK TSRT, and mentioned on VWGT, plus Chronos, and JinxNet also others. Code MCHE, Code MCHE, Code MCHE. Ivo, Max X Cryptor, determine the source. Mickey X Cryptor, do not bring the squad to Ilito Plaza Center at this time. Evie, originated from Ilito GR Bar, person on stereo, source changed to music, waiter just ejected the CD. Max J, triple deck warning, countdown clock doesn't elect any triple deck act inbound. Due to this, we to hand off to RDK TV Xylem Cast. Fast.
We have this development just into RDK 3000 TriStar. This is the time of the esports match gamer battle has been announced.
That chimes mean that Game 5 has started in an esports match gamer battle of KloudZ Esports and KanborZeven in best of 5 and Zeta 2 in KanborZeven Esports in Kanbor Olympics 2025, EY 1025, KB.P 20, KB.SDY Grove in 2 dozen deck, 1-2A or 1-2 turn 2, in duodecimal/dozenal. 178 in decimal as match score is tied 2-2, taking place in KanborD City's KanborDG Arena. The match is as always on Alito GRESP. This is KloudZ was formed at the half-year, as this gets attention to Tronican-based Team CloudX, as they host a watch party at the Tronic DG Arena in Altronic City. Tronica, as the venue is packed to fire code limit as the watch party gets expanded outside in which gets attention to RDK 3000 TriStar Altronic Unit Division. This is RDK is monitoring the match and fan reaction. Ahead, we want to bring immediate attention to subject that impacts the all that and more coming up on RDK 3000 TriStar today. Codes T, IRD and VRD flag invoked.
Subject in Kipling Kingdom in KBE 227. Star versus the forces of evil in KanborZeven version. Now why is Ry.E overtaking Midas Soul? Why he accelerating?
Whoa, slow down. Speed limit is 25 kch, 40 kph. You are exceeding the speed limit. Whoa, easy on the brakes. The brakes are quite strong.
T1, DRX, and T-mutants.
Whoa, Ryan M. Cryptor. I Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor heard on the Heretics to compete in VCT Champ 25 in Altverse. You should note back in Sunday, August 25th, 2024.
Yes, however Rio Zion, you should note Young Trex is my middle name, as I am actually, your brother Mark Zion, as my nickname is Rexy.
Whoa, this is the reason you moved my stuff to here, as we do end up living here?
Yes, as I want to be part with your clan.
In fact, I heard from Rio.S. Cryptor from Gaialand and Trexer from Elite City, you to be VIP, contributor and volunteer of RDK 3000 TriStar and our 8664 studios, you and I to contribute with events with Trexer and Trex.
We hand off to BWGT Silimcast.
Okay, my rain gear is put on, as I to drive to one spot, park, and head to one area on foot. This while, oh no, wind is picking up fast, it'll gonna rain. Again. Oh my god. It's beginning to rain. It's raining hard. Quite gusty too. We would like to welcome to the viewers in Elitopia and around the world. I am Corey Elitastar.
And I am Catherine Zanils at the all-new Studio ESO, and this is Elito Situation Room on Elito News 2040 mil.
This is an Alito News 24 Deck Mill Esports Alert.
We begin with an esports alert. We now learn. VTOilitus.pro the esports match gamer battle to begin at 2 o'clock PM Elite City, 75.0 EMT,
esports,
1800 TRX, as it's to be hosted by Synergy being the Neo Battle Splash 2025, EY 1025 from RDK 3000 ZGR and Z Fuel.
Yes, this is while I to get something to munch on while on the way back. Whoa, oh my god, the green car, believed to be the 2012 Subaru Impreza WRX. The lady must have used sledgehammer. Whoa, oh my god. Apologies for language, but the vehicle is on fire. The vehicle is on fire. It's on fire.
Oh my god. I must determine the nature of incident.
Richard Trokestan, do be careful, as I am calling emergency services.
Be very careful, alarm may sound, beware, also mind their dogs.
This is I am opening the... What the...
Ahem, I am Zion Zaniels. Did you read the notice? That is intended to keep the pets inside, also intended as deterrent against intruders at nighttime.
Tron Aries and the Sports and Synerd Kiptul Extreme Masters Elite City 2025. This as we are exiting off the freeway, as I to put in manual gearing simulation and to shift down. Ugh. Violation, number flashed on the dash.
Whoa, Iwawatuki shifted too soon as engine rev counter went to redline in which had to shift up for a bit. When going down the ramp off the expressway to city's west side.
TV Alito being A.A, as in KBM is ZZ.Z. In KBL as XX.X as the subjects involved XXX in reference to subject. Stand by for a programming alert. Tonight's episode of BWG2N needs to conclude.
Oh my god. Muster alarm, but not for this vessel but for the adjacent ship in distress. Swift. Determine the vessel in distress.
Yacht in distress at 10 o'clock, she's going down. Heard radio comms intercept, after disputed lower deck, and engine room, by male and female in which girlfriend broke up and grabbed bomb to blow up the yacht but left a huge hole, ends up duos killed but other two, status unknown.
Kolichi 9, or Crown 9. Final Metri hour, 100 crowns on the clock. 60 or 5 dozen dozinos remaining to the Kanbor Spinel half year. Meaning 12:36 p.m. As I wonder on how we celebrated abroad the Ry.E. I knew it, KanborZeven Esports. Game on. Get into the game. I do heard that.
That was Ry.E. Zion, guest correspondent on board the ship at Doge River, Neantopolis. This as they are hyped on KanborZeven City.
As I learned, the esports match in Game 5 from KanborZeven City is the longest as the watch party gets moved to upper deck.
We must bring attention to
yes, as I also to play music from the web radio via Shoutcast. What happened to VWG?
Chris Arrow Elita of Vero and Arrow. You should note the teletype that is sent to YAT, relay from administration office to RDK TVSP from head leader King, Ryan M. Crypter, stating due to Casper's law to respect furries in diapers after this afternoon's event. In which is related to subject concerning the offensive content on Vero Plus and Arrow Breeze. I to also invoke programming notice slide on the topper since we are under ad break.
This is a Vero television programming notice.
What the?
Tonight's episode of BWG2N is being pre-empty for tonight. This after request from RDK 3000 TriStar to respect Casper's law as part of its code DR enforcement. This after male named Brian Starzuli, 22, residing in Elite City, tried attempt to punch and fistfight the R3 Tres kids at RD.
This result in alarm, but to avoid confusion with muster alarm, a 3-note melody tune gets played on repeat. Both matches to begin at 1400 hours. Third place is tonight, grand finals tomorrow.
Yes, as I look out the window, this is Daniel Reitzer and next door neighbor Andrew Conistar has really put up some decent decorations, as, oh my, they spot us, as Daniel and Andrew is coming toward the door with Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders in their cars, as I must answer.
No wonder you answered the door before I ring the doorbell. Anyhow, I and Andrew plus Mark and Corey would like to invite you for the afternoon and evening outing.
Mark X Cryptor. Is the R3 Trex kids wearing double ear protection?
Yes, Oregon East Skunkistan.
Good.
This is in behalf of RDK Newsline, wishing those a happy new month. Ry.E plus Ultimo PN and Dozadopian Solar plus happy new sign Annie / Hexa and Quay Timel.
Happening now. Happy New Sinani, Hexa Infotime. It's the halftime of the Dozeni of 1 Mosin 5 Grubin 1 and New Sinani of 5 Mosin 8 Grubin and 6.